Today we're talking about 5 scripting softwares that'll help you in writing viral scripts for your organic content in less time, with less effort, and guaranteed to get you more views. If you want to consistently go viral on social media and not just throw shit at the wall, then you need to script your videos. But without the right scripting toolkit, scripting is extremely time-consuming and wasteful if you do not have the right strategy put in place. But whenever you have the right scripting toolkit and strategy put in place, not only will you get consistent viral results, but you will get them in half the time. I know this for a fact because, well, I might not be good at much, but I'm damn sure a world-class scriptwriter whenever it comes to creating organic content that goes viral. I consistently get millions of views from my own personal brand and for hundreds of students inside my private educational content platform called NEXUS. I spent my entire life dedicated towards scripting predictable and profitable content, and then 7,000 scripts later, I've distilled my scripting toolkit into 5 softwares. And if you use these 5 softwares, I guarantee that you'll be able to write better scripts in half the time, but to also bring double, if not 10x the result. So to kick off this list of 5 softwares, we're going to start with software number 1, which is actually a 2-in-1 package. So the 2 inside of software number 1 is Dovetail combined with any view sorter of your choice. So Dovetail is just a transcription tool that will give you the exact script to any viral video of your choice. And then the view sorter is just a tool that will sort any creator's account on Instagram or TikTok from most viewed to least viewed, showing you their best performing content. And no, I'm not gonna go tell you to fucking go sort the competitor's account from most viewed to least viewed and then copy their video. That is amateur. You want these 2 tools in your scripting belt to help you find patterns in scripts that are performing well on a particular topic. So before I even think about writing a single word for any one of my scripts, I'll always sit down, search about the topic of my video, and then look at the best performing videos that are somewhat relevant to that said topic. And then I'll study their scripts to extract patterns. So to give you an example, 2 years ago, I scripted this video for one of my private clients, Brian Mark. And this video got the collective of 4 million views on Brian Mark's account. So for context, this video is about...
Someone says you're too expensive. First, don't try to justify the price. Shut the f up and then ask them, expensive compared to what? They'll probably say something like...
Now, whenever I scripted this video, do you think that I just made up the fucking structure and told Brian to record it? Of course not. I remember doing the research for this video, and back then there were 2 videos that were consistently popping off whenever it comes to sales content. These 2 people were BBC, aka Brandon Carter, and Alex Emoji. So with that knowledge in mind, I went over to Instagram, I searched up both of their accounts, and I sorted their content from most viewed to least viewed and watched every single video that was relevant to sales. And you can see that I still have the research from 2 years later from the 6 videos that I studied and that I found from these 2 creators. So what I did is I downloaded all of their sales videos that went viral at the time and then studied the script and took 2 key patterns that allowed me to create that viral video for Brian. In fact, Brian's video got even more views than all the videos that I noticed these patterns from. And I was able to do this because I could dissect the viral video scripts, find all the patterns across the 2 different creators, and then combine them into one video. All by using a view sorter to find the best performing videos on the topic and Dovetail to get the script breakdown of each video. Now to do this for yourself, you need these 2 softwares. So first is going to be the view sorter. Now the best view sorter for Instagram and TikTok right now is a view sorter called Sort Reels, and it is currently on the Google extension store. So go ahead and head over to the Google extension store, go ahead and download the extension, and then once you have the extension downloaded, you can head back to Instagram and begin sorting your competitors' accounts from most viewed to least viewed. And then once you have an account sorted from most viewed to least viewed, then what you want to do is you want to look for topics around your video that you're trying to cover. And then once you finally find videos that you want to inspire from and study, then you can go ahead and just download the video and take it to Dovetail. Now to download the video, all you have to do is copy the link to the video and then take it to a website called cobalt.tools and then just download it from there. Once you have the downloaded video, then from here, all you have to do is take it to Dovetail and upload it. And then Dovetail will transcribe your entire video for free, and then now you have the script to the viral video to begin studying and inspiring from. So at this point, now that I have patterns from viral videos, it is now time to begin scripting these said viral videos. However, while I'm scripting, I always want to use the best language that I can. And there's a reason on why the saying goes, it's not always what you say, it's how you say it. The reason on why that's a saying is because it's fucking obvious that what you say matters. And there's 2 tools that I use to help with making sure that I use the best possible language in my script. The first tool being Google Trends, and the second tool being ChatGPT. And whenever I say ChatGPT, I do not mean it in the way that you think I do. But before we can even get to ChatGPT, I always start with software number 2, which is going to be Google Trends. Now, whenever it comes to using particular words and especially phrases in my script, especially in my hook, I always make sure that I use the broadest words and phrases I can possible, because the broader your language, the more people it's going to resonate with. And the more people it's going to resonate with, the more views that your video gets. So to go and give you an example, if we go back to whenever I was scripting for Brian Mark, I remember him sending me the base versions of his script, and almost all the times he always used the term fitness coach, because his niche is that he coaches fitness coaches. He's a business coach for fitness coaches, so he teaches fitness coaches how to make more money. And the first time that I read that shit out loud, I questioned myself, what is the more widespread term? Is it gonna be fitness coach or is it gonna be personal trainer? Now at the time I couldn't fucking tell you, but instead of just guessing like an amateur, I took both of those terms over to Google Trends. Now what Google Trends will do is it will basically peel back the curtain on what the search volume is for a particular phrase, and you can take advantage of that by comparing two different phrases to see which one is being searched more. AKA which one is broader, AKA which one will get you more views. So if we head over to Google Trends and then we type in personal trainer and then we put it up against fitness coach and then compare, we'll see that personal trainer gets a significant amount of more searches. Therefore, personal trainer it is. And every single time that I wrote to scripts for Brian Mark, I always from there on out use the term personal trainer. So whenever you're scripting and there's two different ways that you can say something, but you just don't know which one is more popular, then you use Google Trends to tell you. That's where you always use broader language and get more views. However, now that I'm sure that I'm using the broadest language in my script, I want to now use the sexiest language that I possibly can within my script. And that is where software number 3, ChatGPT, comes into play. Now, at the time of this recording, there's no AI model out there that's just gonna spit out a perfect fucking script. Whenever it does, then expect a video from me updating you on that new tool. But right now, the quality of use case of AI while scripting is solely dependent on the person that is using it and the person's skill level. So for example, if you suck at scripting and you have no knowledge on scripting, then you're not gonna even know what a good output from AI actually is going to be. But that's okay, because even if you're not a master scriptwriter, there are still some tricks that you can use that won't replace scripting altogether for you, but they will optimize your scripts. And I have a library of like 100 of these inside NEXUS, but one of my favorite use cases I'll use for ChatGPT while scripting is for word swaps. So more specifically, swapping power words for what I call unique power words. I should have a short form video coming out on this sometime soon, but it's basically a unique power word is a power word that is used within a unique context. Now, if you don't know what a power word is basically just a word that strikes a psychological response in a viewer. So words like secret, words like ultimate, hack, tricks, those kinds of words. But the problem with these is that these words are too common and they're kind of expected and boring. It just kind of makes the video seem like it's one of those advertisements on a website. The viewer is already trained to ignore them because they've heard it so many times. But unique power words, on the other hand, is what's going to be the game changer in your video, either getting 100 or 100,000 views. So to give you a couple of examples, here's two different hooks. So the first hook is going to be, I'm going to teach you the proven ultimate secret on how to create viral videos with this one scripting hack. Versus, right now your views are suffering, but don't worry, I'm going to impregnate you with the ability to create on-command viral videos with this one single scripting technique. Now, both of these hooks that I just mentioned have the same amount of power words. However, hook number 2's power words are unique within their context, which is exactly how you should be utilizing your power words in your content. So instead of saying, if you need to make money fast, you would say, if you need to make money ASAP. Instead of saying, here are 3 secret hacks to go viral, you would say, here are 3 FBI confidential psychology secrets that I should not be sharing with you, but will help you go viral. And you shouldn't only be using these unique power words in your hook. You should be using them all throughout your video. Throughout every single script that I create, I always try to find these little word swaps that mean the exact same thing, but are slightly more unique. That way my script never gets boring or predictable. Now, how can you use ChatGPT to help you with utilizing more unique power words within your scripts? Well, I thought you would never ask. So you can do one of 2 things. You can either open up ChatGPT, give it the word or phrase, and then ask for multiple different synonyms and different ways on how to say the exact same thing. Or you can use my unique phrase swapper GPT that will give you the perfect unique power words in different ways to say the same exact thing that actually will pique your viewers' interest and keep them engaged into your script. So if you want that, you can find the link to it in the description, and to use it, it is really fucking easy. I'll show you right now. Alrighty, we are now on the NEXUS phrase swapper, and how you use it is actually pretty fucking simple. All you have to do is literally just copy and paste your script into the GBT. That way it gives the GBT context on what your script is about. And then from that, you copy and paste any phrase or word from that script, and then the GBT will give you 15 alternatives for you to swap that are more unique, more engaging, and that keep your viewers on your videos for longer. So if we go ahead and go over to the script real quick, here is a script for one of my clients. What we can do is we can just go ahead and copy and paste this over into the GPT. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam. Next thing you know, it'll ask me to give them one word or a phrase that I want to change. Let's say I want to change while still eating your favorite foods. Don't get me wrong, that sounds good, but I've heard that on like 1,000 different fitness videos. So if I want to swap this out, all I have to do is copy and paste that there, and it gives me 15 alternatives for that line. So instead of saying while still eating your favorite foods, you can say while still enjoying your favorite foods, while still devouring your favorite foods, while still indulging in your favorite foods. Or let's just even say, hey, I want to change out favorite foods. So while still eating favorite foods, what I'll do is focus on favorite foods. Cool, so now it's going to give me unique phrases for not while still eating your favorite foods, but just favorite foods. So while still eating your crave-worthy foods, or while still eating your guilty pleasures, your beloved foods, your irresistible favorites, your favorite junk, danger foods, diet killers, craving foods, whatever the fuck you want. Basically, the main thing is that it'll give you a bunch of things that you can select from, and now you can say things in a more unique manner that is going to be completely different than what your viewer is currently experiencing on their timeline from all the other competitors in your niche. That way you stand out and you keep the viewer there for longer. And that is the NEXUS phrase swapper. Again, if you want it, you can look in the description below and there will be a link to the NEXUS phrase swapper. And that is software number 3, ChatGPT. So once my script is as broad and as sexy as possible, then the last thing that I have to do is I have to make my script as simple and as short as possible. And there's 2 different softwares that I use to help me with both of those. Which brings me to the 4th software on this list, HemingwayApp.com. So what this software will allow you to do is basically all you have to do is copy and paste your script into this website, and then it'll show you exactly how easy and simple your script is to understand by assigning a grade level to it. So for context, the reading level or the reading grade level on average in America is grade 7. So that's a good baseline to base your scripts off of. With that said, for all of my scripts, I tried to aim at least 1 grade level below that, so grade 6. Grade 6 is the golden standard of making your script as easy as possible to understand. So after I pasted my script into Hemingway, if it's anything above a grade 6, then what I'll do is I'll look at it with my naked eye and I'll try to manually make it simpler. Because I'm not a part of the statistic, I have a decent vocabulary. So if I see that I wrote out the word polydipsia, then I'll just manually change it to the word thirsty. However, if I do my manual eye scan and my script's reading level still isn't a 6, or if I want it to even be a little bit lower to like a 5 due to the complexity of the topic, then I'll go ahead and drop my ego and head back to ChatGPT to help me make the script simpler. And luckily for you, I also have a GBT for this as well. So you can find the link to this one in the description as well. So let me go ahead and walk you through how to use it. Alright, so this GBT is called the NEXUS Script Simplifier Lite. So all you have to do is just go ahead and copy and paste your script the same way like we did before. That way you can get the GPT some context on what your video is about. Cool, so once you go ahead and paste your script, you want to go back to Hemingway Editor to where you pasted your script into the Hemingway Editor. Now on Hemingway.app, it'll basically tell you which parts of the scripts are the hardest to read and it'll color code them accordingly. So as you can see, I have a couple red text here. I currently have a grade 10 reading level. I need to get that to grade 6 ASAP. So let's go ahead and choose a sentence that I want to make simpler to understand. Let's go this one. So copy and paste the sentence that is a red or a yellow, that is hard to understand. Take it back to the GPT. And then from there, the GPT will just basically make your script simpler and give you 3 different suggestions to do so. And it'll also make it shorter as well, which is a plus. So the first thing I do after I finish a script for a client or me is copy and paste it into this text box. And for however long the video is going to be, I will not leave the website until I can lower that number by 10 seconds. So I can swap that original saying with what ChatGPT is suggesting. So after I finish a script for myself or a client, I copy and paste it into this text box. And I stay on the website until I cut the video time by 10 seconds. Perfect, that is much simpler. Now there's 3 other versions of this, however, let's just go and go with this version. We'll take it back to Hemingway. We'll go and replace this version. And then all of a sudden, our reading level is now removed down to a grade 8. So we're pretty close. So all we have to do is just continuously do this. So I would copy and paste this one as well. Go back to ChatGPT, wait for it to give me an answer, and then it'll give me my suggestions. So I'll go ahead and copy and paste whatever the suggestion is. I'll go back to Hemingway, go ahead and copy and paste this bad boy, and then all of a sudden we're now in grade 7. And you continuously do this until you become a grade 6. Now, of course, are you going to get to 100% amazing response or amazing first version from ChatGPT? Of course not. Maybe so. Sometimes you will. But you definitely want to make sure that everything still sounds similar to what you were trying to say to begin with. But overall, it'll give you a lot of clarity on what you should change and what word swaps that you need to make to be able to lower the grade level to at least grade level 7. However, again, I aim for grade level 6. If you can get it down to 5, even better. Now, will the output that it gives you be perfect every single time? No. Will it lower the grade level every single time? 100%. However, of course, it's going to change some of your wording. It'll remove some things that might be important and all that good jazz. So again, you must have the skill to be able to recognize what good is if you want to use ChatGPT to the best of its ability. Now, yes, it will give you multiple different outputs that you can choose from for the 3 different suggestions, but you need to have this skill to be able to select the best suggestion that is going to allow your video to still hit. Now, mastering the skill of scripting is a topic for a different day inside of NEXUS, but for right now, this will get you really close to a really good fucking script that is below a reading grade level of grade 6. And then once I get done going back and forth with ChatGPT and my script is like at a 5th or 6th grade reading level, then the last step is to take it to the 5th software called Script Timer, which is software number 5. This software, Vidyard Script Timer, what it will do is it'll basically give you a rough estimate on how long it will take you to read out your script. Now, there's not a time that I will not use this software after writing a script. This is a non-negotiable for every single script that I create. So without fail, I will always take my script to Vidyard Script Timer, I'll paste it in, and then after that, I will see how long it will take for me to read the script. And after I get that number, I will guesstimate a number in my head that I want to lower it to and then begin chopping. It's not a little confusing. So for example, if I pasted my script into Vidyard Script Timer and then it says it will take me 90 seconds to read out that script, then what I will do is I'll make a commitment in my head to get that number down to 75 seconds, just as a guesstimate of what I could do. And then I will not move my ass from this chair until it is at 75 seconds. Because remember, in your content, you're not optimizing for the highest value per video. You're optimizing for the highest value per second. Do not let that go over your head. You're optimizing not for the highest value per video, but for the highest value per second. So with that being said, I will sit there and I will get that number down to whatever number I committed to getting it down to. And then afterwards, if I feel as if I cut some important shit, I'll add it back in. But once I'm at the number that I committed to, whenever it comes to the length of my script that I'll take for me to read it out, and I believe is if the value per second of my video is as high as humanly possible, then I now have the perfect script. And that is my 5 softwares that I currently use within my tool belt for my scripting process. What I want you to do is I want you to take my years of trial and error with every single type of different single scripting software out there, and still my exact scripting software stack that I just gave to you. Number 1, using a view sorter plus dovetail to find the patterns to your videos. Number 2, using Google Trends to find the most broad terms available. Number 3, using ChatGPT to use unique power words to ensure that your video stays fresh and engaging all the way throughout. Number 4, use HemingwayApp.com. That way you can always make sure that your script is as simple as possible. Then last but for damn sure not least, number 5, Vidyard Script Timer to make sure that your videos not as valuable as possible, but the video's value per second is as high as possible. And that ends off today's video. Now, if you want to work with me to help you and your business get richer through building a personal brand, then the first link in the description will walk you through exactly how we can do just that. Until then, subscribe for more value.